Hello guys, Wahoo here, back with another video. This time around, speed through every single build guide for every class in Trove as it is right now. And it's not because of my other build guides, the older ones. The older ones is out of date. They are still very relevant for what is going on in Trove right now. The builds in Trove do not change that very significant. There is a small changes and I put those in the description of those videos. So go check those out. They are still very, very relevant. I will always update my guides if something major happens in Trove where it has to be significantly changed so it's up to date. And I will always update my videos if something, like I said, major happens. But this is gonna be a speed run every single class. The first segment is basically just talking about some general stats for every single class, and then we go into the segment of 10 seconds like I just talked about. Also 5 seconds for gear stats, and then 5 seconds for the gym stats plus the subclass as well. So you can just go ahead and pause the video on the class you are looking for. I'm also making short videos, so you can basically just take the short videos and look at those instead of looking through the timestamps there is in this video and go for that one. So it's basically just divided into making it most convenient for you guys at all. But I just wanted to make this little intro kind of talking about the whole thing. But if you want a more in-depth guide, you can go to the card up here or the description, and I will have a full build guide on every single stat in Trove. So if you're looking for more in-depth talk about all the stats that are and which you should be looking for, you can go to those two things to look more of that. But that is all I had for the intro. Like I said, the first segment is a little bit of stats, and maybe I will see you guys in the end of the video. So in this first segment, we are going to talk about one stat and one stat only, and that is the crit hit, because crit hit just has to be at 100%. You can go over 100%, but you don't benefit after the 100%. So if you're talking about magic damage or physical damage or crit hit damage, those you just want as high as you can. So there's no cap on those, but there's not a cap on the crit either, because you can get over that 100%, but you don't benefit over that 100%. So if you go to my Tomb Raiser right here, I've balanced it so it's 100% right now, but all these gems are not perfect. You can see that they are also stellar, and they're not 100% on all the stats either. But like I said, I balanced it right now to be 100% because this is the class I'm playing at the moment. But if I go to my Dracolyte, which is my main, you can see I'm 110.5% right now. I do want to say all my gems are perfect on the stats. As you can see, they are not level 30 yet, so I'm soon going to push to get them all to level 30. These are level 30, this is only 29, but these are 30. These of course do not have critical hit on it, but these do have it. So I've actually re-rolled 2 of them because I was way over. So right now I have re-rolled these 2 to have max health on them, so I get a little bit closer to that 100%. So if you are over or under, you want to try to get that 100%. It's okay if you're not exactly 100%. It's like if you're 101, it's still okay. You don't have to hit it exactly, but the closest you can get, that will be the best. But you also want to max out all your, you might think, okay, well, I'm at 100% right now, but my stats, basically, let's say the critical damage on this one is 100%, and also the magic damage or physical damage is 100% as well, but the critical hit is, let's say 30%, right? And, of being perfectly statted, right? And you say to yourself, well, now I'm at 100%. If I make this critical hit 100% as well, I will go way over that threshold of 100% critical hit. But don't worry about that, because you do want to have the stats perfectly, so because that gives you the most power rank. Then you might have to look into, like I did, re-rolling some of it into max health or max health percentage. That could also be, doesn't really matter. So you get closer to this. Like I said, I will be going to push for my class to get to level 30 on all my gems. And then afterwards, I will look to my stats and see how much I am. I will still be over because I want to crit on every single hit so I get maximum out of my critical damage. But if I'm like 99.9%, I will keep it at that. If that means that, if I reroll back to critical hit, I will go being on this one, because 110.5% is way over what I need. But I'm just going to hold off right now until they all are perfect, and then I can better measure what it's going to be and all that stuff. So that's just what I wanted to say with the critical hit, just to sort of give you guys to know what it's all about. But you just want to balance it towards that 100% critical hit. You don't want to be over, you don't want to be under, but if you are like 1-2% over or under, that's okay. I would rather say 2% over than 2% under, because then 2% at a time you will never critical damage, but of course you won't benefit from that 2%. But again, I would recommend being over than actually under, because again, then you will benefit 100% from the critical damage that you do have to every single hit. So just wanted to say this about the critical hit, because that's the most important balance thing in Trove. The other ones, again, you want as much critical damage as you can get, as much magic damage or physical damage, if it's a physical damage character you have, as much as you can from that as well. So just want to get as much as that for these two, but the critical hit, you know, that is around that 100% threshold. And as you can see, you can get more than 100%. So that it doesn't just stop at 100%, which is kind of nice, because then you know how to balance it. If it's just 100%, you didn't really know how much you would benefit. But that's basically about the first stat, the only stat that we were going to talk about, and just very important to know about that 100% before going into all the other segments, which they are going to come up right now. So I hope you found that enjoyable and also helpful. I tried my best to make it as short as possible. There's a lot of timestamps, but there's also a lot of classes in Trove. So if you enjoyed it, make sure you liked the video. That helps me out very, very much, and it's super much appreciate it. And also check out the video coming after this at the end card, because it was actually not me that put it there, it's actually YouTube themselves that put it there. I just put up what is best for you, so it's actually recommended what you are wanting to maybe watch next. So check that video out, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye!